Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name's Prophet, and today I will be taking a look at Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. First, I would like to ask you all one simple question. How come I am using a YouTube video here, as you can see, the official Ubisoft YouTube video, instead of actually playing the game myself? Well, definitely not because I do not own a copy, but actually because none of my recording softwares have been able to work with the game. I do not know why, and I do not understand how. But anyway, I will go into a few details about Assassin's Creed. First, let's take a look at the Assassin's Creed history. Upon release of the first game, it was unique, innovative, it was new, and it was great. Loved the game. It was kinda hard in some aspects. As soon as you actually did something important, the entire town would be after you. Assassin's Creed 2 was also a good game. It was new as well. It brought a whole lot of new features, which were good and cool. But the problem was that the game was simply too easy. I think they realized that from the first game, when it was kind of a bit too hard for some people. The game was actually really cool balanced, and personally I found it to be a bit of challenge sometimes. It moved on to Assassin's Creed 2, which was just stupid when it came to difficulty. You could take out your hidden blade and you could massacre everyone. Simply, if you got one kill, you could just like bounce on, and get everyone. So that was silly. After that, Brotherhood came out, which improved some of the previous features and made them immensely better, which was great. Then you got Revelations. For some reason, the entire graphics were dumbed down. It was made terrible, and I do not even understand why they made the graphics so much worse, but at least, yeah, they did it, so that's okay. Let's not talk about that. Assassin's Creed 3 was, to many people, the worst game of the series, and it brought, at least personally, it sort of knocked me off the horse. And I felt like, yeah, I don't really want to play this game anymore. I stopped playing it for a bit of time and continued after yeah, I continued playing it later on. Now, why was that? Well, using a ship in that game was terrible, because every upgrade for it would cost more than it would take me to grind for an hour or two. And I do not understand why they would want me to grind the game for an hour or hour and a half just to get one simple upgrade. One! And that's in a boring way as well. That is our grinding my skinning bears. Do you know how lame that is? To spend 1.5 hours killing and skinning bears. Yeah, I know how boring that is. And I know that I will never do that again. Now, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag has been released. And yeah, it is a good game to many people. The storyline is decent. I would not say that I like it a lot. I personally am not. I'm not too big of a fan of it, but I will not hate on it either. It is okay, it is viable, and yeah, it's cool. So, moving on. The game itself has a lot of cool features when it comes to being a pirate. The pirating features are cool, and it's fun to play. Now, there's one thing I actually want to emphasize on, and that is the fucking terrible transition from using console and the port over to PC. Holy shit! What is it? What is it that I'm looking at when I try to play the game for the first time upon release? Now, the optimization was so bad that on a gaming PC, I could consistently be lagging on the lowest graphics. I do not understand, okay? Why they make ports so goddamn terrible. But alright, we will leave it at the port. The options within the game are not that great. They're okay, but they're not too good. Okay, so why is that? I do not know. They have options for stuff like God Race, but they leave out other important options, so I do not even know why. simple bugs upon release was that you could simply bump into someone and you would feel like you were the Hulk himself, the almighty super strong Hulk, knocking them fucking 4 buildings far away by running into them. So that is silly. Let's take another look at the guards and their system in the game. First of all, the guards will have no reason whatsoever to suspect you for I don't know why. After playing through every single game, the guards would actually get suspicious of you. Now, unless you stand in front of them and do something fucking stupid, they will not attack you. Which is, just in some ways, that's okay, because, like, as soon as they see you, it would be reasonable that they would know that it's you, right? So let's just say that that's okay. But it seems like the field of view for the guards, it seemed to be less than you have FOV in Call of Duty Ghosts, okay? It's less than that. I do not know how they have done it, but you can stand, okay, 2 guards can stand next to each other in this game. And if you go stab one of them and kill him, the other guard would just stand still. He would not move. I do not know why. I guess this was, I don't know how, I haven't played it for a long time now. I just played it upon release. I played it some, and I tested it out, which is great. Why? Why have they so little FOV? And why is the fighting system gone back to Assassin's Creed 2? At least they can take more than 1 bullet. At least people can take 2 shots now. That is good. That is at least one good thing. But the fact that you can get some killing combos, you can just start smacking them all. The fact that you can use counter is still broken as shit, because they cannot kill you. You can just stand there and counter, and he will stab them one after one after one. And the fact that you do not have to counter and then break their defense, people like the big dudes, all you have to do is press space, and you will automatically flip them around, and you can stab them in the back. Whoa! A new era of difficulty have just arrived. I do not understand how easy it can possibly be. But let's leave it at that. And look at that whale for a second or two. Great. Okay? So, another release bug. I hope that they have changed all of this by the time that this video is on YouTube. But the fact that some options like using your eagle vision and you spot anyone, they would suddenly start glowing. Which is okay, because you can see them. But you can see, I could at least see people through the fucking 3 buildings. Because they would be shining through 3 buildings. Why? Why would they do that? I hope that this was some sort of visual bug on my end, but I found that incredibly annoying. Yeah. Let's leave it at that. Moving on to some interesting features like implementing Uplay, a subtle way of using, say, DRM. It's a very subtle way of doing it, because you sort of say, hey, you can still play the game offline, but if you are, you cannot access, for example, the fleet. What? Why? Why would you put that into a game? I do not understand. Having you play within many games is a great thing, because you can unlock achievements, you can do specific things, and you can get points. And for those points, you can get new items in game. You can get cool new weapons, outfits, ship upgrades, which is cool. That is one way of doing it. It is saying that, hey, we want you to use our game through Uplay, and that is great. That is a nice way of doing it. But if I want to go to my cabin where there is no fucking internet, and I want to play, I suddenly can't access my fucking fleet feature. And for someone like me who loves customization, I am so into customization. If I can change my colors on myself, if I can get my own banner, the names that I can have, if I can get my own fleet, get my own crew, all of those things, I love that. And if I can't fucking use the fleet option offline, That is silly. I'm pretty sure that that pirated versions have found a way around Uplay even. So in some ways, it's actually hurting the people who actually legitimately buy the game. You could sort of say that, yeah, but those who have actually legitimately bought the game, they would get stuff, and I mean, they would can play it online. But yeah, as I mentioned, if I want to play this on my cabin, I will be pretty screwed. Yeah, because I would not be able to access internet and henceforth not be able to access the fleet option. So yeah, that is kind of silly, in my opinion. It's hurting those who legitimately buy the game. While I don't think that I don't even know if they have actually gotten a crack around it, but I do expect that they probably have. If they can get a crack and workaround for SimCity, which is 100% DRM, do they think that they cannot do it with a small feature in Assassin's Creed? I do not know, but I would expect that they can. But oh well, I will leave that at that and move on in life. In general, I do think that the game, it is a fun game to play, and I do love the fact that it's so easy to start up. It takes me about 10 to 20 seconds to get in game, or before I can actually use my boat, I would say 1 minute from I start the game to I can actually be around steering my boat, which is something that I do love. Because what have actually driven me to play more Call of Duty than other games from time to time is actually the fact that Call of Duty takes 3 seconds for me to just start up and get into a game and move on. So yeah, it is great that at least it is great that they have made it possible. Because for example, Battlefield 4 for me is a great game. I love the game, but it takes me just too long to start up because I need to open it up. Then by opening it through a browser, after going through the browser, I need to find a server unless I want to play on a server with like 3 people on it. The browser server, then I need to start up, wait for the entire game to load everything, then it's going to load the server. So yeah, at least Assassin's Creed 4 is made kind of good through that, and I would recommend that if you're playing this game, ignore the UI that is terribly made for consoles and ignored for PC users. If you ignore that, and you're able to do so in a fashionable manner, you can actually focus on the pirating parts of the game, killing stuff, go through town. Hopefully you can ignore the fact that guards are easy to kill, and just focus on naval battles. If you can do that, and you actually have internet and you can use the Uplay features for the fleet, it is a great game. So, by all means, it is a good game. I would actually recommend it for people that have not already bought it. It is a cool game to play. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in so far. Let's end it all with the music of, or the song of the day, which will be no other than long-awaited Spring Rain by Joy the Endless Shore on the album Protagonist. I just really like this song. It's really soothing. The beat is cool. The jam, it just goes on in a very, very soothing fashion. And of course, as you can see here, it's cool to just chill out to whenever you want to listen to it. I do love the way that it builds up and a way that it just releases itself into the ocean of feels and tunes, that is. So I hope you guys will have a splendid weekend, and I will see you guys later on. Thank you, and peace out.